Kia ora and welcome to this episode of the Quality Antics podcast. And today is the day. Finally, Jock is going to reveal what he's been teasing in the last 4 episodes that he's been on. It's a big move. It is a big bombshell, and it's pretty exciting. So he drops a lot of detail on this one. He's gone. Let's hear more. Let's get into it.
Should we just start? Are we in?
Yeah.
You can do the intro later.
Yeah.
It's hard to grasp the storytelling aspect of building a video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can do a rant with your phone or whatever, and you do a 3 minute, because I'm going to start these videos about my trip.
Yep.
My trip, we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get this, it's hard to convey a story in the video. I don't know, you know heaps more about this than me, but just trying to create a story, it's some kind of difficult, you need a start and some montage and a bit of music. There's a lot that goes into editing a video, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So.
Even the simple beginning, middle, and end of stories. Sometimes I'll be editing stuff and I'm like, oh, there's no real end. I don't have footage at the especially ends of trips. You can phase out and you're tired, and you don't wrap it up nicely, so it can be a bit of a rushed finish. But yeah.
That's what. Yeah, I was finding
Yeah,
but that's all right. But I'm just gonna do some diaries, video diaries. But anyway, So my news is, because the last podcast, I don't know if you had 40 podcasts since then.
Yeah, let's kick this baby off. Kia ora and welcome to this episode of the Quality Antics podcast. I'm here back with your boy Jock. Good to have you back in the HQ, the studio.
Bloody good to be back.
You literally left us on a cliffhanger last time. You were like, ooh, tune in next time to hear my big information. And we're sitting here with a couple of coffees, and we're ready to go. Talk to us, mate. What's going on?
Well, mate, I left you last time, and we were talking for about an hour on your lovely divine trip in Europe.
Yeah.
And, my big news is I am actually going to be moving to Canada.
What?
Yes. I'm flying one-way ticket with my partner, Laura, to Canada on the 4th of March. And I'll, long story short, we might break it down, but I'm going to close the business down. I'm probably going to be away from anywhere from a year to 2 years. I'm going to fly to Canada. I'm going to buy a camper of some sort, working that out at the moment. And I'm going to drive it to the bottom of Argentina, through the Americas, all the way down to the bottom.
Beautiful.
That's the plan in short, really,
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's rewind a little bit. If you're tuning in, you're new, and you're like, Jock, who is this character? And you said you're closing your business. Okay, so
yes.
You're going on a whirlwind adventure. You're leaving these shores. You're going to go for a massive mission. What business have you got? And logistically, what's that like to actually close up shop?
Wow, I've been in business now for 5 years. I think this may be my 6th. I'm not sure, but anyway, let's just say 5. My business is a automotive repair company, basically. Auto electrical work. We do air conditioning on cars and fix any real random problems on cars. What's it been like closing? It's not too bad. I do have one worker, so finding him a job and sorting that out.
Bit niggly, but
wee bit niggly. There's a few legal requirements and things like that. So that's all sorted. It's not too bad, really, to close it down. I guess the main thing is you've got to talk to all your let your clients, your good customers know, which I'm just kind of cruising around now, but everyone kind of knows that I'm leaving, so through word of mouth. And my business is real weird. It's not like I supply my service to a set customer once every week. It's just real random, because it's obviously when things break, they come and use me. So I have good customers, but I might not do a job for them for 1 year, and then I do a job 3 times in 1 month for the same customer, So I was like, who haven't I done, So I'm just kind of cruising around. Next week I'm going to start doing that, actually. Cruise around and just kind of face-to-face see some, because some of the people I deal with are so old school. So I can't put a message on my Facebook page and hope that everyone's going to see that in my client base, because to be fair, that's probably only 20% of my clients.
They'll never see it,
They'll never see it, you see.
Yeah.
So I've got to kind of go around and go see some of the main clients I've been servicing over the last 5 years. So that's one aspect of it. And then, kind of just tying up all the invoices and keeping everything up to date. Kind of doing business how you should do it. Not leaving everything to the last minute.
Nice.
That's key.
And was there anything in your mind, you're planning your trip and you're thinking, I feel stink for ditching my customers. I don't want to leave them. I want to do all that. Or you're like, hey, I've got to do... You can't really think like that, can you?
Nah, I used to think like that, About 6-7 years ago, I used to think like that. Even when I was going to quit my job, I was thinking, But then I really kind of learnt that everyone's replaceable, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can't live life for someone else's life, So,
Beautiful.
no, I'm not really worrying about that at all. Sure, people use me and they get on with me, but I'm going to give them some options to some other businesses that they can use in the interim and whatever. If I come back and I start my business up, I'll just have to start from scratch again. We'll just see. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm sure the good customers will come back if they want or whatever. Yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I totally agree with you. It's a good way to be thinking about it all. You're gonna shut up shop very, very shortly, right? And then you kind of started to mention briefly about the first leg of the trip. What's going through your mind pre-trip? Yeah, this is not like you're taking a 5-week trip around Europe.
No.
What have you been having to plan, organise before you jump ship?
Well, we've kind of come up with the idea for the trip about a year ago. So we've had, a good fair amount of time to do it, to think about stuff. At the moment, to be fair, my partner's pretty organised, like all women.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. They're all pretty organised. Like there is things like the travel doctor. So, immunisations and whatnot, because we're going to go to some pretty random spots.
Yep.
So that's one thing. We've actually got to go to the travel doctor in the middle of February and get our yellow fever oral vaccination, I believe. Yeah. I've had a whole lot in the past, though. So that's one thing, and that's not cheap, getting all the vaccinations. If you haven't got any, and you've got to get 4 or 5 of them, that could easily set you back $1,000.
Whoa, wee.
Yeah, some of them are $200 each.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just not cheap. But I mean, they give you the option, you got to have it, because if you get bitten by this bloody mosquito, you may die.
Yeah.
Or rabies or something stupid like that.
Yep.
So there's that. There's, for me, business. Yeah, on the business side, there's heaps of accounting type things I've got to tie up. But for the trip side, I guess there's I don't know. There's not a hell of a lot you do, but it's catching up with a lot of friends and stuff like that, and going around seeing a lot of people before you go away, tying up a few loose ends.
Have you? I know you've talked in the past a little bit about, like you say, tying up loose ends, but also getting rid of things that you may not need in a year or two's time when you may come back. And how have you gone about that?
So over the last year, I've actually been chipping away at that. Yeah. I've made a big list of. Basically, I've had one big sort out, and then I chucked a whole lot of stuff in a pile that I'm going to sell and trade me. A whole lot of stuff, Salvation Army, I know you've been doing it as well.
Yep.
Clothes, just getting rid of
stuff.
Yeah, just doing that and just chipping away, selling stuff on Trade Me, like a few old cars and crap. Had a bus, man. Had a jet boat, sold that on Trade Me. Sold a few things on Trade Me. And kind of just narrowing it down, simplifying all my shit, really, because I did have a lot of stuff.
Yep.
But and I've kept some stuff and just kind of packed it away. But key was just kind of constantly been having a couple of cleanups every few months and chipping away at the list to sell and trade me out. I've still got a couple of things to get rid of.
Yep.
But they're on track to be sold. So,
but if worst comes to worst and you don't sell the last few things, you've still got your parents based here. You've still got people who can help you out. It's not as if you're alone here and you've
I've pretty much got. There's only 2 things I need to get rid of, really. Yep. No, I'm pretty much sorted, man. To be honest, I've got all my stuff. I mean, there's heaps of little things you want to get, because we're doing heaps of border crossings. Apparently you've just got to have 20 or 30 passport photos. Got to have an international driver's license. Photocopy all your documents 15 times or a dozen times or something, and just have them stored in a clear file and shit like that. Because at border crossings, they ask you for your passport, but supposedly you just give them a photocopy one in case they don't come back with it. Yeah. And you get visas, and they actually take a passport photo. So you got to give them a photo. Some of these border crossings will be crossing they're not just easy ones you just drive through. You got to go in and fully get stamped and all this shit. Yeah. So there's heaps of little they're not niggly. They're pretty easy, really. You just got to do it on Saturday morning. Go around and do a couple of jobs on the list, mate. Yeah. There's a few medical supplies. You want to have a good medical kit, So kind of just been sorting that out lately, actually.
Yep.
Just you don't want to be travelling too heavy. Just your classic, Having a good range of gear, Been buying a few, went for a bit of a safari outfit for the Amazon when I get there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you'll probably see that pop up on Instagram. Maybe not for a good 8 months, but it's kind of, if you can imagine, a classic African boomer on safari, like a boomer going to the African safari, and he's got his little like round hard hat. I haven't got the hat though, but I've got the shirt and pants. Got them courtesy of Macpac and Kathmandu.
Oh, nice.
One piece each.
You'll probably find the hat though over there. You'll be like, yeah, I need this.
100%.
Yeah,
I'll definitely get a hat somewhere like that. Yeah. So a few things like that. But I mean, I've got heaps of the gear. Like I'm taking some tramping boots. Like a lot of this trip's going to be, it's an outdoor orientated type trip on a budget. So our activities, a lot of them will be
exploring and
a lot of exploring type cheaper activities like hiking and things like that. Whereas we won't be going, because we've got like a limited budget. We just don't really know yet, how much we know how much we can spend a day, but we don't really know what that's going to get us. So yeah, I'd say it's going to be a lot of outdoors type stuff, and not really like going I don't know, full rafting and shit like once every 3 weeks and stuff like you do on like a 6-week holiday, or something like that. But it'll be cool.
Okay, so
things to take beforehand. I think I've got pretty much everything organised, but in saying that, there's not like heaps you have to have done. It's kind of like you just are going on a trip for a couple of months, but instead you're just going to go for a year and a half. It's sort of the same. You still need the same stuff, really. Yeah. Probably just need like the passport photos is one that you need more of.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so where are you landing and where are you? Clarify that.
So, one-way ticket to Vancouver.
Gotcha.
Right. We're going to stay in a hostel for 4 nights. I'll give you the first little bit of the itinerary.
Mate. No, go for it.
Stay in a hostel for 4 nights, which is not cheap. Vancouver hostels are expensive, man. I think it's like $50 a night, New Zealand, each for a dorm room. Like, that's pretty expensive. And 4 nights there, and then we've got 2 weeks booked at. Have you heard of WWOOFing? I think I may have spoke to you about it, but for people that don't know, it's like a organisation. It stands for Worldwide Organic Opportunities on Farms or something like that.
Okay, yeah. I've heard of woofers, but and that must be the same thing.
You just go to people's farms and you exchange your labour for free accommodation and free food. And it's 4 hours. You got to work like supposedly 4 or 5 hours a day, and they're normally like little tiny farms, like feeding chickens and doing random shit. So we'll see what it's like. We're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And so we've signed up for that. You've got to pay a $75 joining fee for the WWOOFing website or whatever.
And then does it just show you across a map all these opportunities, and you can just apply?
You can just apply and you send like a personalised message to them, and they get it your back. It's just like couch surfing. It's the same deal.
Cool.
Same deal. And so you make up a profile and and say what your your skill sets are and all this crap.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The person we're staying with, she's sent a couple of flaky emails because you like get in contact with them and you can Skype them if you want or whatever.
What do you mean flaky?
Well, like we sent her one, like she's like all good, and then she sent me one back like literally 2 days ago, and it was like hey, how are you? Really looking forward to you guys staying at my farm. I had something in, it was a real weird email. I might even just like find it and read it out. But it was I'll find it and read it out because it's weird, man. But I hope it's, hold up, I've saved it to my WWOOFing thing in my
He's keeping his emails
Gmail.
tidy.
Here we go. It wouldn't load the other day though. Oh yeah, here we go. Hi Jock, I'm looking forward to meeting you two in March. I had a few problems earlier, but everything seems to be going great now for me. I did contact WWOOF Canada to tell them I was unable to host woofers in February. I'm fine now and will be much more free in March when you arrive in Canada March 9. Please do follow through and come to my farm in March. I look forward to your visit. Let me know how you both are. Love to hear from you soon. Jane Ferguson, Ferguson Farm. Here's my new number. So,
what?
Flaky, but still confirmation is a yes.
Okay, it sounds like she slaughtered the last woofers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It sounds like maybe she had a health scare or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because she's like 60 or something.
Yep. But as a woofer, it's not just looking at after farms. Could you be caring for this woman for 4 or 5 hours?
Fuck. Well, honestly. So where we're staying we're on like Vancouver City. Vancouver's like a real weird town, It's like surrounded by like fjords, kind of.
Okay.
Like, yeah. There's Vancouver City. There's Vancouver Island, and where this WWOOFing, there's no WWOOFing like farms like in the city, but there's two on this wee island like next to Vancouver City.
And is that where the one you were going to?
Yeah. And there was two there. We've applied for both. We got both, but we had to choose one, so we chose this lady. But there was another one actually that Coos would have loved. It had like 20 dogs on it. They like, looked after rescue dogs or something.
Cool.
Yeah, we were going to go there, but I was like, fuck. Apparently, I don't know if I could handle that many dogs. Yeah. But you can read the reviews as well. There was something on the reviews. I can't remember what it was, but it tore me away from that one.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Got to check the reviews.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, so 2 weeks there, and you can stay longer or shorter. It's like just whatever, eh?
Cool. Yeah, that's sweet.
And then actually we've got some cousins that we haven't met yet, but I've hit them up on Messenger, and we've talked to them on Messenger. So yeah, they said that we can come stay at their place on Vancouver Island. So you just go across on this boat.
Man.
So yeah, and I've looked them up. Like the house looks pretty legit, to be fair. So I'm looking forward to that. It looks more than legit.
Are they your cousins?
Yeah, they're like distance relation cousins of my dad.
Cool.
So,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, my old man's actually been over there and like met their mother and this crap. So we'll see how it goes.
Gotcha.
Okay. So in that time, so after the hostel, well, basically when we land, we've got the 4 nights in the hostel. We're going to do a bit of sightseeing and stuff, and then we'll do the 2 weeks woofing. But inside that time, we're going to be trying to find a camper, some sort of van, some sort of truck camper, big camper or van. I'm trying to I've been using Facebook Marketplace to like search them. You can go on eBay. But Facebook Marketplace is just so much better, right?
Cool.
Fuck, it's awesome.
Yeah. So
much shit on there. So...
If you're following along with Jock on Instagram, what's your Instagram handle?
Jockey007, I believe. Hit me up, follow me, because it's only going to get better.
Oh, geez. If you're following along, you'll notice that
it's Jockal.
Jockal 1?
Jockal1.
Yeah. He has been posting about those, like, what do you call them? Those van / like ute / camper things.
Well, they call them a truck camper, right?
And he says, hey, look, are these any good? So if you've been following along, you'll know what we're talking about. They're like kind of hybrid campery get-ups. So you've been doing some research, and you're tossing up whether to get something like that, potentially. Yeah,
or like a full-on camper, like RV type styles. Not quite Winnebago, but sort of that. There's heaps of those. Like they're quite cheap, though.
Okay.
But like everything's V8, like it's just American. Everything's V8, and like all of them are going to be real thirsty on gas, which is the next dilemma. But you have to just do it. Apparently, gas is real cheap there.
Oh, that's right. I hear it is. Yeah,
it's 80 cents a litre.
Wow. Yeah.
So I've kind of been doing the math. It's if you compare it to like a normal diesel van here, it's still the same gas mileage.
Yeah. Okay, so you're settling in.
So we've got to get the van is like the priority, but so we're doing the 2 weeks woofing because I knew about it. I wanted to do it. Plus, it's free accommodation in Vancouver, and this was before we knew we had the cousins that we could actually stay with. We knew we had some, but they were all older.
Okay.
And like whenever we talked to them, it was just bad vibes. We weren't allowed to go stay there. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then we found these young ones. They're only like 35. They're a couple with a kid and a couple of dogs. So so we'll go there and then. Hopefully we found a camper within that sort of time.
So while you're doing the woofing, you can be researching.
Doing
all
sure.
that.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah. So it gives us plenty of time. Well, the woofing lady actually messaged me, because I told her I was a mechanic and that. She said I've got a car I can use, but she's like, it's got a couple of problems if you can fix it up. And I was like, yeah. So we'll see.
That could work. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. So that's like the first part.
Gotcha.
That's the first month, I reckon, possibly. And then hopefully we can get a camper. And then basically we're just going to drive south, I think. We're not going to muck around too much in Canada because it is quite expensive, and like the budget. Mm-hmm. Plus it's going to be cold, man. When we land, it's going to be the first week of spring there.
Ooh,
so they're in winter at the moment. Wow.
Yeah.
Actually -2 today in Vancouver. It's about 30 here in Christchurch, roughly.
Yeah.
On average at the moment. So, yeah, that'll be a bit of a shock, but that'll be all right. And then we're kind of going to head south. We're going to come down into the States. We've got a 3-month visa for the States, which is just your classic.
Yep.
And we're just going to be... there's heaps of national parks, man. There's heaps of stuff to do in the States. The States looks amazing.
Cool.
Originally, the plan was get the camper, get out of Canada, boost through the States, and get to, like, Mexico.
Yep.
That was originally the plan, because I was thinking, fuck, America will be expensive, I've heard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But then once I got a couple of maps, I got like a couple of hand maps, and I was like started researching the States, and I was like, fuck, I'd love to stay in the States for like a whole year, right?
Yeah.
It just looks epic.
Heaps to see,
It's just like
okay.
heaps of cool shit, man. All the national parks look wicked, eh?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I reckon we might spend 6 weeks in the States, eh?
Yep.
6 to 8 weeks.
But like while you're boosting around in your van / whatever you get.
So the first couple of months, I reckon we'll just be cruising the van,
Yeah.
working out some of the kinks.
But where can you freedom camp there? Do you have to like you can?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's this app. So it's all about doing the research and using
Yeah.
the resources, eh? Finding the apps. Overlander, with a letter I, Overlander.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what I've been doing for the last 5 years is watching people on YouTube just doing van life.
Yeah.
So I've just been like watching this shit for the last 5 years, eh?
Yeah.
Just wanting to do a trip like this. And now I just watch van life in South America, basically.
Cool.
And they're all just using this app, iOverlander and Wiki Overland, which is a website. And it basically just gives you all the information you need to do to travel, really, in those areas. But Wiki Overland is the whole world. But iOverland is just an app, and you can go on it, and it's just like Google Maps. You search an area, say Vancouver, and you let it load, and it just comes up with all these symbols, like hundreds of them. And you click on them, and they're campgrounds. And there's different like icons for paid ones, free ones. And then you click on them, just like you had the Park for Night one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically exactly the same.
Okay.
I reckon it's a bit better though. Just better design. It's way quicker, eh? That
Yep.
Park for Night one's a bit average, eh?
Yeah.
Like you click.
Well, I didn't use it. When we went to Europe, we played around with an app that did something similar that they seemed to love, Sammy and Beans.
Yeah.
But
That's average compared to this one, though.
okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you're going to do that as much as possible.
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's why initially I want to get a good van that I'm hoping. I really want to get a van now that's got a shower and toilet. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to use the toilet all the time, but
Yeah.
if you did
If you
have
need
it, then
to,
you
yeah.
wouldn't need to pay for camping, you know,
True.
because there's heaps of these freedom camping spots, but they
True.
don't have toilets. You know, you can still find a public toilet, sure. There's even an app, public toilet app. Supposedly Laura downloaded it, but I haven't got that one yet. Yeah, so I'm thinking if we can freedom camp, that will be key to not spending as much money, you know.
Totally.
Well,
Are you-
obviously, yeah. And then of course our camper will have cooking facilities,
Yeah, you'll be fine with that.
and you
yeah.
can stand up in it. So we should effectively we're just like bloody living in a moving tiny house, really.
Buzzy.
But in a different country, travelling and just kind of cruising,
Are you planning to do any woofing? You mentioned Canada in America or no?
Yeah, well, I think we might, but I don't know yet, The
What's-
stupid thing about woofing is, and this is how they get you, you've got to pay a membership for each country. So it's $75 for 2 people for a year for Canada.
Yep.
But then you got to do the same thing for each country that woofing's a part of. So America is definitely
Another one. Yeah.
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 There's another website called Workaway as well. Same principles,
Yep.
So yeah, we might do that.
Okay.
Potentially, we'll look
Depending on
into
how
it.
you
Yeah. We haven't actually talked about that much about the States, but yeah, we may do that. We've talked about it in other places. There's heaps in South America and Central America, where you can go to like these random farms. They're kind of more like you just find them on Facebook groups, kind of. They're not really like part of
Yeah.
woofing. Yeah, and they're more like kind of like real permaculture type farms.
Yep.
So everyone's just, like everything's done by hand and stuff like that.
See,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but literally when you dip below America, I just immediately alarm bells are going off. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
feel like you're going to get raided by some flippin-
Banditos.
Yeah, and then you're going to get the van taken off you, and you're going to be sitting there naked on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so has that?
We're
thought-
basically going into the Breaking Bad territories. If you've watched the Breaking Bad series,
Yeah.
fucking good series.
in any of the Narcos freaking series.
Oh
it
yeah,
just
yeah.
reminds me
Well,
of
there
that.
you go. Yeah. If you've watched Narcos, well, they're even closer there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I guess you've watched van life, like van
Yeah,
tours
that's
through
the
that
thing,
area.
You get this picture painted to you that I mean, sure, yeah, it is. There is some bad shit going on there, that's for sure. But yeah, I am watching all these YouTube channels in Central America and shit, and they just don't seem to have a problem, mate.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So no, we're gonna try. There's heaps of boomers out there doing the same thing as well. You
Yeah.
know, and big RVs cruising through Mexico and
True.
Central America and that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I've
Yeah.
watched one guy. His channel's called Uster Alaska, and he literally is an English dude. He flew to Argentina. He bought like an old van for like $400. He spent 5 years traveling from Argentina to Alaska.
Whoa.
Yeah, and like in a VW combi that he bought for like $400. He like did it up.
What?
He had to rebuild the engine like 3 times.
Wow.
And he lived in a garage for 6 months while he was rebuilding the engine because he's retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's basically my inspiration was that guy.
Ah.
Yeah. He's pretty cool, and now he's traveling to through Africa in the same VW combi. Yeah, Yeah, bro, with his missus.
Wow,
He's had like 3 girlfriends along the way, and he's got a dog and shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've been to Mexico once, though. I went to Cancun on a bit of a party trip, but I never really left the hotel, so I can't really tell you what it's like out there. Yeah.
So you're going to zip through America, dip down.
Yeah,
you
well,
mentioned Mexico. Then where else is?
So we're going to come through the states. We're going to I think we're going to zigzag through the states. There's so much to see, so I'm going to get around it. And then we're going to come into Mexico. Now we're going to be on the far west side of Mexico. So we're going to go San Diego.
Yep. And
just below San Diego is Tijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to come down the Baja Peninsula, which is like this little skinny bit down the side of Mexico, and there's a gap of water between that and mainland Mexico. Kind of.
Okay.
That's basically halfway down Mexico, and then we have to catch a little ferry across into mainland Mexico. It's like 200 pesos. And then and then from there we're basically just going to go. Oh, we might boost way across Mexico and up towards Cancun somewhere, and then we might park our van up and fly to Cuba for a couple of weeks. Oh. Because that's like the only place you can fly from.
Yep.
So we might do that, we're thinking, and then fly back to the van. This is if we make it this far. I'll get fucking stabbed at customs. And then we're going to just be cruising down. I think it's like Belize. Mm-hmm. And then there's like Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Costa Rica. And then when we get to the bottom of Panama, there's this thing called the Darien Gap. 70 kilometres of uncharted bandito country, so you can't drive through it. You just can't.
What? Really?
Yeah, no, you can't go through it anyway.
What?
It's illegal to go through it.
What?
Yeah, it's called the Darien Gap. It's I don't even know if there's actually a charted road across this thing, but I know it's like the drug connection from South America to Central America. So basically, you've got to, and there's no other option, you've got to put your van on a ferry in a container or on you're driving onto this boat in Panama, and it takes it to Colombia, Cartagena, Colombia. Yeah, so that's and then from there, when we get to Colombia, if we're making it all this way, we're going to just kind of cruise down the west side of South America. So it'll be Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Peru, Chile, and Argentina.
Are you going through Ecuador?
And Ecuador and
look on the map here.
Paraguay as well.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay.
And then we might touch Brazil, but we'll just see. Yeah.
Argentina? Or no?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to try and get to the very bottom, which is Ushuaia in Argentina.
Where the heck? Oh, okay. We're just Googling as we speak here.
Yeah.
This looks insane. Bro, that will be an absolute mission.
Oh, yeah. It's
wow.
Supposedly the map, like if you zoom right out so you can see the states as well.
Yeah.
The map's like, it's to scale, but it's not. South America's like way bigger than what it looks like. It looks huge, really.
Yeah.
But apparently it's just way bigger than that. Yeah.
Well, I searched this Darien Gap or something, and it spat me out over here somewhere. So, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
It's just like a little bit of land. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, you can't get across it anyway.
What are you most looking forward to there in like South America?
South America, probably. I don't really know. Maybe just. I know it's
the
got
unknown,
the unknown. I just love a mission. There's there's some apparently like the Atacama Desert. It just looks like Mars or something. Apparently. Wow. So I'm looking forward to that. And just the massive mountain ranges. The Andes. It's like not the second highest mountain range in the world. So should be interesting. Be interesting.
So you said you may fly to Cuba for a few weeks and have a look around.
Yeah, we will. We will. It's definitely in our plan, yeah.
Cool.
Just because supposedly Cuba as a country is deteriorating for some reason. Something about like there never used to be flights from America to Cuba. It was like something, but now there is, and there's heaps of tourists going there now, and it's just like fucking it.
I see.
Supposedly, I've read this online, but I don't know. I had a friend that was there not long ago, and her photos look amazing,
cool.
It's got all these old school cars and shit,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You would have seen the Havana. Oh, no. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's where the Cayman Islands are. Man, I'm so ignorant, and I'm like, interesting.
The Caribbean.
Buzzy. That's cool, man.
Yeah. So it'll be a pretty epic trip.
So
originally the plan was to do that trip in like just over a year, I reckon it's going to take, the more I look into it now, I'm like, wow, it's going to take way more than a year.
Oh, I'm looking at that, I'm like, mate,
That's a massive.
12 weeks, you'll be sweet. But then that's like wake up, drive.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it's something like 35,000 kilometers.
Whoa, cool.
And that's factoring in like zigzagging and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also just like you say, you're not in a rush. You're just like, oh, we're enjoying this place.
Yeah,
you can just take your time.
To be fair,
you can just enjoy each little spot that you go. Like you haven't got some set dates that you desperately need to be like.
Nah, well you can't, like with the way we're doing it in our budget, you can't rush it because the fuel costs there. So you got to kind of like drive for, say you drive for a day, you do 400 or 500 kilometers or whatever.
Yep.
You got to average it out. Like you got to stay somewhere for a week or something, and then kind of go again. Because then, if you drive like every second day, you just be, especially in that big V8, you were just burning gas, and that'll just be killing the money, you know? So yeah, we're just gonna have to cruise, and I don't want to be driving. I don't want to be driving any more than like 200 k's every 5 days, man, or something like that. That'll suck, bro. Yeah.
So you've explained a big chunk of the trip. You said maybe it'll take a year. Talk me through the documentation process. Like you want to go on this mission, but you also want to enjoy the moment, but you also want to share what's going on and everything else. Like, what's your plan in terms of content creation?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I've been thinking about this quite intensely lately.
Yep.
Well, for a while. And I think what I'm going to do, what I am going to do is I'm going to start a bit of a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Right? I'm just going to try and, I don't know how often the videos will be, but they'll be at least weekly. Yeah. Maybe even a couple a week, maybe even 3 a month. They might just, whatever. We'll see how we go.
Yep. Or one every 6 months.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna push myself to try and get like one every 2 weeks to start with. I'm gonna have enough footage to do one every week, but it's whether or not I can edit them fast enough. It depends. I don't know. I'll see how we go in the first few weeks. It might be pretty hectic to start with, but once we get like, because I want to have like heaps of downtime. I just want to be like cruising, so I'm hoping to just be chilling at night, chuck the laptop on. Yeah. The van will have power, so I'll have a bit of solar, you know.
And just do it.
But like I won't have Wi-Fi all the time, but I should be able to just edit video out, right, and then find somewhere to upload it.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, so I'll do that. I might run a bit of Instagram. Probably they'll be my 2 main platforms that I'll be sharing on. I would say. Yep. I'm not really a Facebook poster, I don't know, man. I think I should be, but I struggle to find. Yeah, I'm working that out at the moment. So I'm coming. We might just share this topic at the moment. Yeah, I'm thinking what I'll do. The stupid thing about videoing is, and you'll know as well, obviously, because you are the video, Mr. Vid.
I do film occasionally.
He films occasionally. You know, like you want to film Instagram, right? You want to take some stories, but you also want to make a YouTube video. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't film them the same. Well, I'm going to film them on the same thing. My GoPro and my iPhone 8.
Yep.
But, you know, if you're doing a YouTube, you want to go horizontal.
Yeah.
And if you're doing an Instagram, it's a bit dusty if you load them later. Yeah, you want to kind of catch them vertically, right?
Yep.
Agreed?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, I suppose it's just what you got to do. You just got to do it twice.
Yeah, it's tough. I've seen people film vertically, slip it into a chunk of a YouTube video and get away with it and have some coloured background on the sides and it works. If it's part of the story or have it look like it's a phone template and it just drops the thing and it's like, no worries.
Yeah.
So you can get away with it, but if everything you're doing is vertical and then that may be a bit niggly, but the same thing other way around. If you film horizontal and you're wanting to create everything for YouTube, you can make it work vertically. You can format it. I can show you how to do that, but then I don't know. You want to mix, and you like you say, you do want to have some stuff that is literally raw and in the moment.
Yeah. That's what I think I'll do. The cool thing on Instagram is like, you know how you can add to you if you take your stories and you add, I don't even know what it's called now, like on your profile, and it's got the wee round things above your posts, and it's like
highlights.
That's it. Yeah. They're pretty cool. So I've made a couple of those from other trips.
Yep.
So I'd love to just have a massive like highlights reels of like each country or something like that, and just constantly do it. So, but then of course the thing you need is, you don't need data, I guess, because you can just take them and then load them when you get Wi-Fi. But
but a bit niggly. Yeah,
a bit niggly. So yeah, we'll see. But we probably will get one SIM card between us, so I'll just take the SIM card.
Yeah, what I'd recommend, but I do love stories non-stop. I would recommend trying your best to take some occasional photos that you can post which will then direct people to your longer form videos that you're putting on YouTube or Facebook, and then maybe just more commit to like one platform. If you try and do stories as well and you don't have much data, it just gets a bit niggly. Whereas like
of course.
if you're only posting every fortnight, people are like, oh, I haven't heard from Jock. How is he? And then you've dropped some big video, like they're more likely to watch it. Whereas if you're doing stories every day as well, they'll be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
no,
just
I
my
probably
thoughts.
will do that. I probably will do the stories. I won't be, like I say, I won't have the data all the time.
Yeah,
so I
that's
won't
tough.
be able to do the stories every day. And then people, oh fuck, I'm sick of seeing Jock in this fucking van.
But then some people, to be fair, some people will sick of it. Some people
But
will
who
love
cares?
it.
Yeah, I don't really care. But so we'll just see. I'll see what the data is or whatever. You know,
Cool.
I might not post it. Yeah, I might do like what you just said. Basically, I might just do the stories not as often, but yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
So end of the year, you finished up your down in Argentina somewhere.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Well, so originally we were thinking of actually selling the van there, and this is where it even gets a bit more. This is where the next curveball comes from the west. We were going to sell the van in Argentina and actually fly to somewhere like Germany.
Oh,
We were going to fly to Eastern Europe, basically.
gotcha.
Originally, we wanted to do a 2-year trip, and then we we're going to fly to Germany and possibly buy another vehicle of some sort, van, maybe. So we're hoping we could sell that van for the same sort of money, so we recoup that money,
And then throw it in the next one.
throw it at the next one. That's
Yeah.
like sort of the theory. Whether or not that can actually happen,
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I've had a few experiences where no, you don't get your money back,
Yeah.
but you never know. And we'd fly to Europe and kind of like travelled from Germany, I reckon, like down through Eastern Europe, all the way down into Greece.
Yep.
And then back, we were going to originally go back up, all the way back up the other side of Eastern Europe. Like, we're going to ship it across to Turkey, then back up through like Bulgaria, Romania, then up into like Latvia, Estonia, kind of like what Beans had done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I reckon that's pretty cool, and it's real cheap. Well, you've been, like Budapest stuff is pretty cheap, I reckon. Yeah.
I'm Google, for those following along in the video here, I'm Google mapping along. So you mentioned Lithuania, Latvia. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then
You're
we
heading
were going to we're going to get rid of the van there somewhere. So we've done like a full loop of Eastern Europe,
Gotcha.
and then we're going to like train to St. Petersburg in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to try and do the Trans-Siberian
Wow.
rail trip.
Yep.
So right across China, right across Russia into China, maybe not China, but
Oh.
Mongolia or China.
Yep.
Anyway, and then this
How
was
long
like,
is that train trip taking?
it's not actually that long, It's a few days, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just, but that's the thing. I don't know. Laura really wants to do it, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I've heard things about it. Yeah.
yeah,
But
I've heard
is it-
like
Is
it's
it
just.
super high speed or something? Or
Oh,
no?
I don't even know, man.
Oh, okay.
But you're on the train constantly for like 5 days straight. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it stops in like 3 stops where people
Yeah.
get on and off.
Is there a gym or?
Yeah, well, fuck, I hope so. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I think you got your own bed and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Okay, so you might do that. Gotcha.
We may do that, and then we were going to get to like wherever that finishes, like Mongolia or China or something, and then we were just going to like train, backpack all the way down into like Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
down into Cambodia, Thailand,
Wow.
and then down to like maybe get to like Indonesia, and then probably just fly home.
Wow.
We'll just
Holy.
see. That last bit was kind of just like, we'll see how much money we've got,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when we were originally just going to spend 1 year in the Americas.
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought it would take. Now I'm thinking the Americas trip could be easily like 18 months.
Oh, I see.
I think. So I don't know about that side of the trip now,
Yeah.
But we'll see.
What's
I'd like
made-
to do it. Actually, what I would really like to do is fly to Germany. If you're looking on Google Maps,
Yep.
fly to Germany. I'd do the same sort of thing. Come down through Eastern Europe, but instead of like coming down to Greece, I'd go up to like Lithuania, Estonia, and then zigzag down through Slovakia or whatever, Budapest and
Yep.
south, all the way down into Greece. I'd do the same thing. Boat it to Turkey. Drive around in Turkey and stuff.
Yep.
And you have to maybe guide me on the map, but I'd go up past the Black Sea, maybe to the right,
Yep.
and I'd try and head across the stans, man. Afghanistan,
Wow.
Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan,
Oh my gosh.
Uzbekistan,
So I guess it depends.
Pakistan.
It depends whether if you're in Turkey, and zipping around up the top of the Black Sea. We're looking like we're cutting through Georgia here.
Yeah, that's
And
probably right.
then is this connected to Russia? And then, yeah, I see Kazakhstan. Okay, gotcha. Wow, we're making that mission. Okay.
Yeah, and then going all the way basically across into India.
Oh, down there. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
So
somehow.
Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Gotcha. Then India. I see.
Yeah, and then driving back across into like Thailand or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
Or
Interesting.
maybe just ditching the vehicle in India and backpacking from there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sounds
I'll potentially be keen for
mission.
that. I've also watched a few YouTube channels on that.
Yep.
It is possible. It is possible. It does look pretty sketchy, but
Yeah.
it is possible. They've got this thing called the Mongol Rally. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, those people leave from London. They drive all the way to a little town in Mongolia. It's not even that far into Mongolia, but they drive all through like Turkmenistan and all those places, and there's a specific, like, it's called something, but yeah, and they go across it, and these like shitty little cars,
Yeah, I remember seeing a few friends do it, and I'm like, man, that looks insane.
Yeah, that was what's her name?
Michelle.
Yeah, I sponsored her car. Gave her $400 for some sponsorship. She put my sticker on the side of it.
That's right.
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah.
Insane.
I was going to hit her up, but then we might not be doing that, so I haven't hit her up or anything.
Okay, so it sounds like you're absolutely playing it by ear, depending on.
Yeah.
So
because that's so far away, man. We don't even know. We might get stabbed in Mexico, so we'll just see. We'll just see.
This may be the last you hear of Jock.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
But then, like you say, throughout the trip, you're just going to be keeping the peeps at home.
Yeah.
Updated on what's going on.
Yeah, I bought this thing called it's like a GPS tracker too, Garmin InReach.
Yep. Okay.
Supposedly, you've got to set up a subscription. You pay $20 a month, and basically it's got like a full SOS function, and you can do texting if you don't have any cell phone coverage or anything.
Yep.
You can text people just to like let people know you're okay. Because I don't know if it's going to be like some of those places will be way out of reach.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just bought it as like a safety device, just text my parents and shit.
Yeah.
But you can also like, it tracks you, all your points and stuff, and you can upload that to like social media platforms. So I don't know how it'll work. You can't really sign into it until you start paying the subscription though.
Yeah.
Which sucks. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see how that all works when I actually start paying for it. I don't want to pay for it yet. So So no, I'll try and make some videos, man. I'm gonna try.
Buzzy.
I'm gonna try actually. Yeah.
Well, if you're a Quality Antics podcast listener and you're in any of those countries that Jock has mentioned over the last 40 minutes, maybe slide into his DMs or maybe reach out to us. Imagine if you could have a comm somewhere in Mexico or catch up with someone in Peru. Imagine.
Oh wow, imagine.
That'd be unreal.
I'd love to know why you're listening.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet you.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So that's like, that's kind of the gist of the trip, really. That's it. Yeah.
And in terms of like finance is a massive part of this.
Yeah,
so in terms of that, you have mentioned a few times budget. And just being mindful of that. Because like I see what you mean. You could just in the first couple of weeks be like, woo, I want to go river rafting, I want to do this, and then I see what you mean. So is that your plan, just to try and stick to a clear budget?
Basically, we've got a budget of, between us both, which does not sound like a lot, is about 92 New Zealand dollars a day if we do it for 2 years. It works out to be about 80 grand. Yeah. So, and that's New Zealand. So, like, straight away when we go to Canada, it's like drops like 86. And when we go to America, it's like $60 a day.
Yeah. Between for
between
all
two
meals,
of us.
Yeah.
For everything, not including the price of the van. We're not including the price of the van and that.
Yeah.
But,
cool.
so not a lot. Not a lot. That's why we need to get like a van with a toilet and stuff, freedom camp, and that's why like the whole trip's like on a budget,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be able to save up for some things. Like there's some hikes and stuff we want to do, and you got to pay a guide, and it's like $300 US for like a 4-day hike. Kind of. Yeah, but like, so
good content.
Yeah. Wow, wow. Actually, I'm looking at buying a drone too, man.
Oh, buzzy.
On Facebook Marketplace when I get there.
Nice.
There's some Mavic Pros on there for like $600.
Cool.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Because if you watch the YouTube channels, man, like there's some wicked drone footage, and I just like to have the footage,
Yeah.
Like it's my own footage.
Yeah, totally.
And
cool.
people see these, like, you would have seen it in Europe, but you see these castles on hills and you just can't get some. Fuck it, chuck the drone up and we boost around like they're abandoned, Yeah. As long as you can put the drone up there, when you're arrested. But
I was gonna say, and you're getting arrested.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking at buying one of them when I get to America. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll just see. Surely there'll be some. You can get those cheap drones now, eh? But I don't know about them, mate.
What's
Like,
cheap ones?
just like you see them, they come up on like advertisements on Facebook, like $200 or from Wish.com.
Mate, I'll steer you right. After this podcast, we'll sit down and have a chat about a couple of good options.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You want something that's going to get the footage you need, but you also don't. There are some that you just don't need all the features, and you're going to spend a bit too much. I'm just being honest. So
yeah. Well, I'll let you tell me, man.
Yeah,
for
cool.
Sure.
Easy. Sounds good. Okay. Massive trip. Are we going to sneak in another wee epi before you go, or
I reckon at least 2.
Oh,
I've been trying to get them in, but yeah, at least 2. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
At least 2 to 3.
Yeah, mate.
I'm not going for 4 weeks, man.
I'm keen. Just to update for the people. There's another guy who's generally on the podcast. His name's Beans, and
he'll be back hopefully. For
fingers crossed. He's just sent us reasonably whiny messages on Facebook saying that he doesn't feel valued, and there's a bit of bitterness there, but we're gonna sort that out. And hopefully he's being a diva, but hopefully he'll be back. But it's good to have you back on the potty, Jock.
Yeah,
it's good to hear about the trip, mate.
Yeah,
my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of the first time I've really
laid it out to
depth, even to the boys. I have to a couple of lads. But not even that in depth, to be honest.
But to be fair, it's just good for the listeners now. So then when we'll keep you updated with how Jockey's going on at Quality Antics Podcast on Instagram. But he'll be dropping his own stuff, so it'll be nice just to
I'll chuck the old post out on Quality Antics Podcast.
It would just be cool to follow him along. So if you want to see all the content of a massive trip, massive like lifetime trip, this will be one you remember and tell the grandkids about.
Well, that's kind of the reason why we want to just kind of get this done before we have to kind of officially settle.
Gotcha.
I don't know, I just love to travel, man.
Yeah. No,
don't know why though. I've been trying to answer that question. Just don't know why. Don't know why, man.
Yeah. Mate. All right. Anyway. Well, we'll catch up with you next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers for coming by, Jock.
Oh, pleasure to be here, mate.
Yeah.
Always is.
Beautiful. Cheers.
All right, please.
Final words?
Well, it's not my final words, but for the episode, good chat. Good to get off my chest, finally. I've let the people know.
Beautiful. Cheers.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm getting sweaty, bro.
Wowee, as you can hear by the end of that little audio clip that I probably should have edited out, Jock was getting a bit hot and sweaty at the end of that episode. He dropped a lot of info about a massive once-in-a-lifetime trip that he's about to embark on. Hope you enjoy hearing a little bit more about the trip. Stay tuned. Next episode we are dropping is with David Mouse and Mac Jewett. That will be out in a few days' time. I hope you stay classy. Have a good day. Take care. Cheers. See ya.